Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Chef AJ here with a special Beat the Heat treat. So I just got back from this wonderful summit in Denver. Was actually in Parker, Colorado. Those of you that came to my cooking class or my lecture, thank you so much. You guys got to check it out. Kelly Williamson puts on one of the best plant-based summits every year. And I did an Iron Chef, and it's right on this page if you want to watch it. So what I'm going to try to do is recreate that recipe, because when you're doing an Iron Chef, you have 20 minutes. There's no time to write stuff down. So hopefully I remembered it. It's my Zoodles Arrabbiata, which literally means angry in Italian. It's a sauce made of spicy red peppers and tomatoes and garlic. And I'm also going to make a pink lemonade without sugar. Of course, everything I do is SOFAs-free, sugar, oil, flour, alcohol, and salt, so enjoy. You know, I live in a part of Los Angeles called the San Fernando Valley, where it easily gets up to 100, and I'm cheap, and I hate air conditioning anyway. It just kind of makes me ugh. So that's why I love recipes that can be done on top of the oven or in the blender or in the air fryer. So let's get started. So in the Iron Chef, I was up against my friend and colleague, the wonderful Kathy Fisher, author of Straight Up Food. You can watch that on this page. And the secret ingredients for the savory round was a can of salt-free fire-roasted tomatoes. It was a can of artichoke hearts, which unfortunately had salt. We didn't have time to soak them really good, so instead I'm just using the frozen artichokes with nothing on them. And the third ingredient was an onion. And I think it might have been a yellow onion, I'm not sure, but whatever. So we start here with a pan. They don't make this pan anymore, I'm told. It's a Pampered Chef pan, but you always want to start with a hot pan. And the thing that took the longest in the competition was sauteing the onion, because I was using an induction cookware, which I didn't know how to do, but it took a really long time. So we'll let that get started. And instead of using water when the pan gets dry, I'm going to just use the tomato liquid from the can, which I drained. And Cassie sells these. This is the tool. I use this every day to cut carrots for Bailey, for little pieces of onion for my salad, for little herbs like we do. And we're going to get the garlic ready. Now, I never add the garlic right away because it'll burn. I add it when the onion's done. So look at that. So easy, especially if you have a trigger thumb like me. So we're going to use all that garlic in just a little bit. So, whoops, if I feel like it needs any water, I just add the tiniest bit of liquid. It never has to be oil, never, never. I want to give a shout out to my dear friend Linda Middlesworth. If any of you live near the Sacramento area, she's in bad shape. She was in an accident. She's got a crushed shoulder. She can't do anything for herself. If you live up there and can bring her some food or walk her dog, she is one of the most wonderful advocates of the plant-based world. She won the World's Sexiest Vegan over 50 a year or so ago. She's the owner of V-Dog. She works tirelessly for people and animals. She's a PCRM FFL, Food for Life instructor. So if you live up in Sacramento, maybe give her a shout out. I want to thank her for these earrings she gave me, which say, I don't know if you can see, can you get a close-up, Pam, that say vegan, these beautiful earrings. I'm speaking tonight at Sun Cafe in Studio City at 6:30, so if you can make it, check it out. And those of you that came out to the Improv last night for my return to stand-up comedy, I really appreciate it. So these onions need to go a little bit longer, and so while we're doing that, I'm going to do the zucchini. Now, they didn't have the spiralizer that I showed you last time. All they had was this little tool, which is actually from Pampered Chef, which worked out really nicely because I was able to get even thinner shreds. So this is a really cool tool for spiralizing. If you don't have room for a bigger spiralizer or don't want to buy an electric one. So in a Pampered Chef competition, in a Iron Chef competition, you have to use the ingredients that are the secret ones that you don't know about, but they have a large pantry. So there was zucchini in the pantry, so I used those. There was garlic, spices. So you just don't know the three secret ingredients, which in this case was the onion, the tomatoes, and the artichokes. So I have some tricks on how to win an Iron Chef, and I just don't want to share them because I may be competing against some of you someday, but I'll just give you a hint. It all starts with an onion. It always does. So for those who can't have onion and garlic, I'm sorry, I don't know any substitutes. I actually don't know any substitutes for anything because, I don't want to say for anything, you know, bean can be substituted for another bean, but it's not that easy. So if you want the recipe, please don't say what's the recipe. This is the recipe. I'm making it up. If I knew it, I would have written it down. I don't really cook with recipes. If you want recipes, I have 3 books with close to 300 recipes where it's exactly written out, but I really just cook food. I don't cook recipes. So we'll get this shredded, and is there any questions, Pam, while I'm spiralizing the zucchini?
No, just a couple comments on you're always so tan. You must get your vitamin D.
Well, I do get my vitamin D, and my vitamin D is actually very high without supplementation. I think it's about 66. I do live in Southern California. I do have a dog that requires walking because I live in an apartment, and so I don't really have to like take the time to sunbathe because I'm outside. Minimum of 1 hour walk. It just depends. She doesn't like being outside when it's hot, so some days we get 2 hours. So yep, I am tan, and like they say in that song, girl from Ipanema, tall and tan and dark and lovely, except I'm not actually tall. I'm 5'6". Well, technically I'm 5'5.5" because when I was 22, I was in an accident where I fractured several vertebrae in my spine, and I lost about a ½ inch. So I think this in some ways is a little bit more difficult to use than the spiralizers I showed you before, but I'm trying to recreate what I did. We had a wonderful time. The judges were John McMahon of the I Thrive series, Dr. Scott Stoll from the Plantrician Conference, and one lucky lady named Susan Saraceno who won the drawing. So it was a terrific competition. It's kind of long, but you can watch it on the page. People seem to really like the cooking parts of these summits, so I'm so appreciative when I get a chance to do that. In addition to speaking, I got to teach a private class, hands-on cooking class, the day before. And speaking of hands-on cooking classes, I have one coming up at the Boulevard Kitchen in Los Angeles on Saturday, September 15th. If you go to boulevardkitchen.com, you can find out what the recipes are. It's 10 a.m. till noon, and then we all eat lunch together. And I have my Healthy Made Delicious class that I teach every other month in my home in Sherman Oaks. There's only 16 seats, and many of them are gone, so if you'd like to take that, that would be great. So when I say I have a lot of waste here, it's not waste because I will eat these zucchinis, but I'm trying to recreate it like I did in terms of ratios. But you know, you can't have too many zucchinis, that's my opinion. So this is sort of the noodles. But again, if you want it more like linguine or pappardelle, use a different spiralizer. I'm just trying to do what I did there. So anytime you want to get a little close up with the onion, maybe that's more interesting than me. Anytime it starts to brown or starts to sizzle, I just add a little bit of the liquid. And that's how we roll. And that's how we brown an onion. Just get yourself a good pan. If you're not comfortable using nonstick, get the best stainless steel pan you can afford. Get waterless cookware. A lot of people like Copper Chef or Scan Pan or Green Pan. I've had this for years. I don't chip it, so I'm not really worried about its safety. So that's another thing. It's I talk about this a lot on Weight Loss Wednesday. And if you have questions for Weight Loss Wednesday, please just send them to my website at eatunprocessed.com. Consider signing up for my mailing list while you're there. But people so much major in minor things. I have an acquaintance now who, you know, they cherry pick. So one doctor says you got to have nuts with your greens to absorb the greens. So they do that, and they don't eat rice because another doctor said it has arsenic. But they drink alcohol. So I mean, I don't get it. You're free to do whatever you want, but I don't worry about these things because I've eaten an A+ diet for close to 15 years now, and I just don't think these are significant. So
People love your shirt.
oh, thanks. I want to tell you where I got it because they did donate it to me, but oh my gosh, can you pull the back and see if you can get the name of the company? I can't remember. I should have done that before.
I cannot read that. Oh,
Alexa, stop. We got an alarm going up.
Bella.
No, that's not it. So
Oh.
I'll have to post the name of the I mean, it might be the name of the shirt, but it's not the name of the company. You know what I mean? The company, it's a vegan company, so I really do need to post that because the lady did give it to me.
In
so
your book club, when does that start?
Book club starts, I believe it's Monday, October 2nd, I believe. So we'll get, if you haven't signed up yet for the live stream for Vegas, we still have that available, as well as a few more tickets available. We've got close to 400 people coming. So now I'm going to add the garlic. A lot of garlic in Arrabbiata pasta. Even though this isn't pasta, you could still make this sauce for your pasta. That would be fine and delicious. So we'll just get the garlic going, and we'll cook it down. Oh, can you smell this, Pam?
It smells so,
it's like
I love
unbelievable. I want to get even more zucchini, but you know, this tool is not the greatest for getting it. Or I probably should have spiralized it in advance, but I'm trying to recreate it in under 20 minutes like I did for the Iron Chef. So that should be it. Is this enough for you and me, you think? I don't know. It's not quite enough.
It doesn't look like a lot.
I know. Okay, let me put it on the counter. Well, I also had a sous chef there helping me. Good thing my counter is clean today. So, yep. So I'll do that. All right, I gotta get more of this.
Smells so good.
We actually washed it before. Yep. Smells terrific. Now I'm going to be adding fresh basil. You never want to, in my opinion, you never want to cook with fresh herbs. You want to always add them in the end, or they're just not. Whoops, on the floor. Uh-oh, get dirty. All right, I'm going to have to stop with this because it's time to add the other ingredients. You know what I'm going to do though? I've got to show you the lemonade, but I may as well finish this. So what I'm going to add now is all of my zucchini that I've been able to spiralize in this time. I'm going to add, this is a lot of artichokes, this is too much, so I'll probably add, I don't know, we like artichokes, but we don't want to add the whole bag, about this much. And the tomato, of course, the 1 can, that was the secret ingredient. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit now until this zucchini wilts. Oh my God, this is amazing. So I didn't measure the spices I used that day, but I know I used Benson's Table Tasting. Somebody posted, his name is Craig, in my group, that the secret to not getting the Benson's to stick is to keep it in the refrigerator, so that's a great idea. So I just added some Benson's. I added a little bit of smoked paprika, and I've been quoted as saying smoked paprika fixes everything. And this is how you get Arrabbiata, crushed red pepper, as little or as much as you like. And I was very fortunate because at least John McMahon, who was one of the judges, he loves spice. And when you're not using sugar, oil, or salt, you got to use something for flavor. So there we go. We'll just let this cook down a little bit so that the zucchini gets nice and wilted. I could put the cover over it, but I'm not sure where that is. So maybe I'll do that. That'll steam it sort of nice. Now I want to show you how to make the lemonade, and then I will plate it for you. So this is how I make lemonade. One of my favorite beverages when I was a sugar addict was lemonade. We had a store at the mall called Hot Dog on a Stick. And the girls used to wear little sexy outfits and jump up and down. They actually were in a movie called Fast Times at Ridgemont High doing that. And I loved the cherry lemonade, which was like a cherry limeade actually, but it's full of sugar. So here's how you make lemonade without any sugar. Get yourself a good high-powered blender. The Vitamixes are like $3.49 now at Costco with a great warranty. So we're going to use 4 cups of frozen grapes. Frozen grapes are actually delicious just as a treat. They taste like sorbet. We're going to put 4 cups of frozen grapes. Any color you want, but if some of them aren't pink or purple, it won't be pink lemonade, it'll just be regular lemonade. 1/4 cup of lemon juice. When I use fresh lemon, I put in the zest and some ice. Nice and thick. You can do this with other fruits. I've made strawberry lemonade, I've made raspberry lemonade. One of my favorites is cherry lemonade, but for cherry I like to use the lime juice. So now we're just going to blend this. Sometimes you need to add just a little bit of water, not a lot, because what I'm trying to really make is frozen lemonade, not liquid lemonade. But you know, sometimes it just depends how much ice and water. That's weird. I made it the other day for Charles, and I didn't have to add any water at all. That is so weird. Oh well. Maybe I have more ice today than I had last time. There we Hopefully I got that all blended. All right, so we want it nice and thick so you can hold it over your head, because that's how I like it. All right, so let me show you what I do. Whoa, turning the blender on with nothing in it. So this is more like sorbet then, but you could make it more liquidy, but it is delicious. It tastes just like pink lemonade from Hot Dog on a Stick. You're gonna love this, Pam.
I can't wait.
And you can eat it with a spoon and then it starts to melt. Look at this, you guys, delicious. So now let me finish the pasta. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, oh, look at that. The zucchini is getting nice and wilted. So then and only then am I gonna add my basil. Or basil, depending, potato, basil. I usually say, is that what I say, basil?
I say basil.
Basil rathbone basil. Oh, the smell, it's unbelievable.
Delicious.
What are you gonna eat, Pam? Because this is my serving. So there we go. I just eyeball everything. I'm gonna turn this off right now. I need to get my little pasta tongs and my bowl. Oh, look at that, you guys. Oh, man. Put it in the beautiful white dish. Wow. Aren't you glad you came today, Pam?
Yes. Good day to come.
Okay, so there we go. That looks like about half for Pam. And then what I like to do is make it really, really pretty. Maybe put in a little bit of fresh basil on top. And you know what, Pam? I do have the faux Parmesan in the fridge if you want to do that. And then I usually do the side of the bowl with a little bit of fresh, what's that called? Italian parsley. So there you have it. This took, I don't know, not too much time, but here we have delicious Zoodles, Arrabbiata, and frozen pink lemonade. I'm Chef AJ. Thanks so much for watching. I make healthy, tastes delicious.